Welcome to today's session. In the previous session, we were working on the trial balance, so we are going to continue from here. So, in the long-term loans, it has a credit balance, so we are going to link it directly to the long-term loans, which is here, and drag it down a little bit. Now, for non-term, non-current or current liabilities, sorry, for current liabilities too, they have a credit balance, so we are going to link it to the statement of financial position and drag it down. And here we are going to use the same format. So if this is less than 0, then what we need to present is 0. Other than that, should be this. Let us drag it down. Then to this side, if this is less than 0, then what we need to present is the negative of this. Other than that, it should be 0. Then we drag it down. Back to revenue. Revenue has a credit balance. So we are going to link this one to the notes, right? So the notes, we have just this one. Then we drag it down. Then we can also equally add a formula. But this one, I doubt you are going to have the negative revenue. Cost of revenue is a debit item. So we are going to link it to the note as well. All right. So we drag it down. But then let us use the formula over here because there might be some positive wages. If that is possible, I can't even tell. If this is less than 0, then we should report 0. Other than that, we should report this. Let us drag it to this side. Now, if sorry, if this is less than 0, then we should bring a negative of it. Other than that, we should report it as 0. Then let us drag it down. Other income should have a credit balance. So credits, it needs to come to the side. We are going to bring it here. So we are going to link it to other income. This one is operating income. We're going to link it to P&L, operating income, finance income, investment income, proceeds from disposal of assets. So it will be in the form of a credit. So we are going to use one of the revenues formula, and we are going to bring it up and paste it here. All right. So we are going to deal with that later on. Administrative expenses, they have a debit balance. We are just going to link it to the notes. So they have a debit balance. So from this side up to this side, then we add the formula. If this is less than 0, then we should report 0. Other than that, we should report it. Then if this is less than 0, we should report minus of this. Other than that, you should report 0. Let us drag it to the side. Okay, so other expenses, we have operating expenses. This one, the debit balance, operating expenses, P&L. All right, so operating expenses, it is negated over there, so here it should also be negated. Now finance expense, it is also negated here. So finance expenses, where are you? Okay, so and then we have investment expenses, it's also negated over here. So let us do it this way. All right, we can also write let us leave it as such for now. So here our current year is completely balanced. It is completely balanced. Now let us work on our comparative year. So for PPE, we are going to the end of the year from this side. PPE, the comparative. All right, so here F221. All right, let us drag it down to the side. All right, so the credit balance, the accumulated depreciation as a credit balance. So we go down and then we link it to it. Comparative is here. $253. Let us link it to C. So I think there's an error over here, 253. All right. So for computer software, it is addition. Okay, so we go to the PPE, the intangible. So this one is the current year. We go to the comparative, and we link it to this side. Drag it down. Then the amortization too. You are going to pick the comparative one. This is the current, this is the comparative. We pick the end and we drag it down. Then the long-term shares, it is a positive one. Here we are going to link it to the note as well. Now the current assets, the cash books, we are going to link it to the notes. Alright, so here we drag it down and we are going to use the same format. Alright, so if this is less than 0, then we should report 0. Other than that, we should report this. Let us drag it down. And the same key, if this is less than 0, then we should report negative of it. Other than that, it should be 0. Let us drag it down to this side. Now once we are done with it, the receivables too, we are going to link it to the notes, to the financial position instead. I believe so. So because this one we don't have its note, so it is going to be linked to this one, and we drag it down. Alright, we are going to add a formula to it. If, let us copy first. If this is less than 0, then it should be reported as 0. Other than that, it should be this. Then if this is less than 0, then it should be reported as negative of this. Other than that, it should be 0. So we drag it down. Now to the equity. Equity has a credit balance. So we begin with stated capital. Now let us link it to the statement of changes in equity. So the comparative one, which is this. Let us drag it down. And use a formula. Remember that the retained earnings would have to change it. So if this is less than 0, then we are reporting 0. Other than that, it should be this. Let us drag it down. Now coming here, if this is less than 0, then we are reporting negative of this. Other than that, it should be 0. And let us drag it down as well. Now for the retained earnings, we are going to pick the opening balance. The opening balance of the comparative year, right? And it is going to be the same format. If this is less than 0, then we should report it as 0. Other than that, it should be this. Then coming here, if this is less than 0, then we are reporting negative of this. Other than that, 0. All right. So we are going to the long-term loans. Long-term loans we normally have it as a credit balance, and that one we have comparative year. Let us drag it down. Current liabilities. I don't know why I didn't format it, but I'll do it later on. They have a credit balance. So let us link to the PPE. Okay, so sorry, the financial performance. So we are going to use the formula. If this is less than 0, then we are reporting 0. Other than that, we are reporting this. And here, if this is less than 0, then we are reporting negative of this. Other than that, 0. So what I did is I copy the cell and I use it to create the formulas. And for revenue, we are going to leave it as a credit balance. Let us go to the note 5. So we are going to link everything here. Then wages and salaries, it is a positive one. Let us link it to the note 6. Now let us use a formula to, if this is less than 0, then it should be reported as 0. Other than that, it should be reported as such. And if this is less than 0, then it should be reported as negative of this. Other than that, 0. Then let us drag it down. Now, other operating income, this one is a credit balance. We are going to make it straight away. So from the financial performance, operating income here, finance income here, investment income, now the proceeds. Let us pick one of the revenue comparative and paste it here. Then administrative expenses. Alright, so for the PPE, for the administrative expenses, this one we are going to link everything to the note, the last note from here, and we are going to use our formula once again over here. So if this is less than 0, then 0. Other than that, we are reporting it as this. And if the same this is less than this, then we are reporting it as negative of this. Other than that, 0. Then we are going to drag it down to this end. Let us confirm if we pick the right. Okay, so it is the right picking. Other expenses for operating, we are going to link it from the financial performance. So operating expenses, remember it is negated, so you need to add negative here. Then finance, we go to the same place, finance is here. Then investment, we pick it from this side as well. Investment, all right. Okay, so we are done with this side. But then it is not balancing due to some few factors. For instance, the retained earnings for the comparative year, it is 0. Oh, so we picked the wrong, we made the wrong picking, so it should be rather E. 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 Okay, so operating income, this should also be E. Wow. Financing income should also be E. E. All right. So my trial balancers now balanced. Okay, we can pause here and then continue in the next session. Bye.